Eid-ul-Adha, also known as the Festival of Sacrifice, is one of the most important festivals in the Islamic calendar. It commemorates the profound story of Prophet Ibrahim's unwavering faith and obedience to God. Ibrahim, revered in Islam as a prophet and a friend of God, was commanded in a dream to sacrifice his beloved son, Ismail. This command was a test of Ibrahim's faith, pushing him to the very limits of his devotion. Despite his deep love for his son, Ibrahim resolved to obey God's command. He prepared for the sacrifice with a heavy heart, knowing the magnitude of what he was about to do. Ismail, aware of his father's dream and God's command, displayed remarkable courage and submission to the divine will. He too was ready to be sacrificed, showing complete trust in God's plan. Just as Ibrahim was about to sacrifice his son, God intervened. An angel appeared before Ibrahim, replacing Ismail with a ram. This act of divine intervention reaffirmed Ibrahim's righteousness and his unwavering faith. It demonstrated that God values faith and submission above all else. The story of Ibrahim serves as a powerful reminder for Muslims of the importance of sacrifice and complete trust in God. This story forms the very foundation of Eid-ul-Adha. It teaches about surrendering to a higher purpose and submitting to the divine will, even in the face of immense personal sacrifice. Eid-ul-Adha is celebrated by Muslims worldwide with great fervor and joy. It is a time for families and communities to come together and reaffirm their faith. The festival typically lasts for 3 days, marked by special prayers, feasts, and acts of charity. One of the most significant aspects of Eid-ul-Adha is the ritual sacrifice of an animal, usually a sheep, goat, or camel. This act symbolizes Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his son for God's sake. The sacrifice is performed after the special Eid prayer in a designated area or mosque. The meat from the sacrificed animal is divided into 3 parts. One part is kept for the family, another part is shared with relatives and friends, and the final part is distributed among the poor and needy. This act of sharing emphasizes the importance of compassion, generosity, and social responsibility within Islam. Eid-ul-Adha is also a time for Muslims to reflect on the spiritual significance of sacrifice. It is a time to let go of material attachments and to focus on spiritual growth and connection with God. The festival serves as a reminder of the ephemeral nature of worldly possessions and the importance of seeking something greater than oneself. The act of sacrificing an animal during Eid-ul-Adha is a deeply symbolic one. It is not merely seen as a physical act, but as a spiritual act of surrendering to God's will. It teaches Muslims about selflessness and the importance of placing their trust in something greater than themselves. The division of the sacrificed meat highlights the importance of sharing and caring for others. It emphasizes the Islamic values of social responsibility and compassion for those less fortunate. This act of sharing transcends cultural and geographical boundaries, uniting Muslims in a common act of generosity. Families often come together to prepare and share meals from the sacrificed meat. This tradition fosters a sense of community and strengthens family bonds. Children are often involved in the process, learning about the significance of the festival and the importance of sharing. The act of sacrifice serves as a reminder that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in spiritual richness and acts of kindness. It emphasizes the importance of empathy and recognizing the needs of others. While the outward rituals of Eid-ul-Adha, like the sacrifice and the feasting, are significant, the true essence of the festival lies in its spiritual dimension. It's a time for introspection, for strengthening one's connection with God, and renewing one's commitment to a life guided by faith. Muslims are encouraged to reflect on the story of Ibrahim and his willingness to sacrifice what was most precious to him. This story serves as a powerful reminder of the nature of faith and the importance of submitting to God's will even when it requires immense sacrifice. Eid-ul-Adha is a time to purify the heart from material desires and to focus on spiritual growth. It's a time to practice forgiveness, to let go of grudges, and to foster a spirit of unity and brotherhood within the community. The festival serves as a reminder that true joy and fulfillment come not from material possessions, but from spiritual enlightenment and living a life aligned with God's teachings. It's a time to count one's blessings and to express gratitude for the gift of life and the opportunity to worship God. The spirit of Eid al-Adha comes alive through the personal stories of individuals around the world. These stories offer a glimpse into the profound impact this festival has on people's lives and how it shapes their understanding of faith, sacrifice, and community. Aisha, a young woman from Cairo, shares, Eid al-Adha has always been a special time for my family. Growing up, I cherished the moments we spent together, preparing the feast and distributing meat to our neighbors. It taught me the importance of sharing and caring for those in need. For Omar, a businessman from Kuala Lumpur, Eid is a time for reflection and gratitude. He says, "The story of Ibrahim's sacrifice is a constant reminder for me to place my trust in God's plan, even when faced with difficult situations. It teaches me to let go of my ego and to surrender to a higher purpose." These personal stories, each unique and heartfelt, illustrate the universal appeal of Eid al-Adha. They highlight its enduring message of faith, sacrifice, and compassion, and the profound impact it has on the lives of Muslims worldwide. Eid al-Adha, with its rich history and deep symbolism, continues to resonate with millions worldwide. It is a festival that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries, uniting Muslims in a shared celebration of faith, sacrifice, and compassion. The story of Ibrahim serves as an eternal reminder of the importance of unwavering faith and complete surrender to the divine will. It teaches us that true sacrifice lies in giving up something dear for a greater purpose, even when it challenges us to our core. The act of sharing the sacrificed meat embodies the Islamic values of social responsibility, generosity, and empathy. It emphasizes the importance of caring for the less fortunate and fostering a spirit of unity and brotherhood within the community. Eid al-Adha is not merely a festival marked by rituals and traditions. It is a deeply spiritual journey that calls upon Muslims to reflect on their relationship with God, to purify their hearts, and to live a life guided by faith, compassion, and service to others. The enduring message of Eid al-Adha continues to inspire generations, reminding us of the importance of faith, sacrifice, and compassion in a world often driven by material pursuits.